Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. My parents were watching it and I snuck into their room and I hid behind this big chair, and then I was watching the movie, and then toward the end of the movie when Norman Bates attacks the woman, I started screaming. And my parents got really upset and realized that I'd been hiding there the whole time. I was probably only about 4 years old, so probably not a good age to watch a horror movie, but I think I fell in love with it right away. Oh man, my favorite horror movie of all time. I think I have to say I have 3. Is that a cheat? Hopefully I can do 3. Rosemary's Baby is one of my favorite horror films of all time because I always discover something new every time I watch it.
His feet! Oh, God!
John Carpenter's Halloween, it's just sort of the classic. I love Aliens, the James Cameron. You know, most people love Alien, but I love Aliens. In an existing movie, one of my favorite deaths was in a Dario Argento movie called Opera, and a woman gets shot in the eye, but it's a very complicated shot. It was the first time I saw art in a horror film. The Exorcist is the best exorcism movie ever made. There's nothing better than that movie in terms of exorcism. It's still scary to me. This is totally random, but the Poseidon Adventure is a really old, awesome survival movie. It's not a scary movie, but it's a really good survival movie. I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit here because I love Paranormal Activity 3. I think that movie's really fun. It's scary and really funny, so I like that one. I think one of the best soundtracks for a horror film is Halloween. There's a really crappy horror film, crappy in a wonderful way, that's called Mother's Day. The old version, I think there was a remake, but the original Mother's Day is fantastic.
Darlings, you have made your mother very proud.
Definitely The Alien is probably #1. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better than that.
Well, where the fuck?
Although John Carpenter's The Thing is also one of the best monsters of any movie as well. I think that's a pretty tough, it's like a tie. It's almost impossible for me, but I am such a huge John Carpenter fan that I have to really say John Carpenter is probably my favorite. He really did sort of create a genre for me, and did it so elegantly, and Halloween I think is one of the most classic seminal horror films ever made. But The Thing is also one of the best monster movies ever made, and so he's kind of got both covered, and I think that that's really challenging, and he's just a legend. There's a movie called Alice, Sweet Alice, which is a really scary slasher movie. I highly recommend it. Dawn of the Dead. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, my favorite. I just think it works on so many different levels, and it's a classic.
I got him. Ah, missed.
I'll go back to Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch. My favorite line in any movie ever.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Yeah. I loved, and I don't know if this totally qualifies as a home invasion movie, but High Tension. I thought it was a really violent, scary, bizarre, interesting movie, and I think that whole section of the movie when they're being attacked in the house is very scary. I would actually go to something kind of a little less horror, but like Monster Squad. I mean, I like old kind of 80s cheesy fun stuff, so I would kind of recommend one of those maybe if you're in the mood.
Ooh, look at that big scary monster!
The Ceremony. That was a really good movie. If it scares me, I want to watch it over and over and over again. Sorry. You're asking the wrong guy.